In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a database in Mysql, how to create and drop a table, how to insert data into a table, and how to retrieve and sort data from a database table. Once you're logged into Mysql Workbench, to create a database, on the menu bar, click on the Create Database Plus icon to open the database template or schema editor. Give your schema a name. In this case, I will call the schema Time Tracker. For character set and collation options, I will leave the default settings and click Apply. We could have created the Time Tracker database or schema by simply issuing the Create Schema Time Tracker or Create Database Time Tracker on the Code section of Workbench. Once you have reviewed the SQL script, click Apply to have your schema created. The execution was successful. Show logs will again display the SQL statement that you just executed. To see the new database or list of databases within your MySQL server, run the show database command. That displays all schemas within your instance, including the newly created database time tracker. Also, clicking on schema displays the databases within your MySQL server. Expanding the time tracker schema, for instance, reveals the types of database objects that you can create. Show schemas works the same as show databases, because in MySQL, schemas and databases are the same thing. In other databases, a schema is not the same as a database, but a collection of database objects owned by a particular user. To activate a database, issue Use database, database name. In this case, we are using the time tracker database to create a new table called timesheet. Show tables within the active schema displays no tables because we are yet to create a table. To create a table within the active time tracker schema, on the menu bar, click the Create Table icon. On the table form, give it a name. Create columns for your table. The first column, call it Record ID and assign the primary key and not null options to that column. The primary key uniquely identifies records so that there is no repetition. I will call the second column Task Date. The next one, Task Description, Task Duration. Then assign it an integer data type. On the Index tab, you can see the primary key index that we applied to the Records column. You can also create a trigger that alerts you before or after the insert, update or deletion of records from your table. This can be applied to an entire table or for each record that you insert into the table. This is important to ensure data integrity. Table partition simply splits or divides a large table into smaller, more manageable parts without having to create separate tables for each part. When you are done creating your columns, indexes, partitions, click Apply to create your table. Review the SQL script that will be executed to actually create the table. When done, click Apply. Clicking Apply shows that the script has been executed successfully. Show logs will again display the code used to create the table and status of the execution. Dropping a table is easy. On the schema sidebar, right-click on the table you want to drop and select Drop on the drop-down menu. On the pop-up menu, click Show SQL to see the drop table syntax. Then click Execute. After a table is dropped, running show tables will not display that table on the active server because it has been removed. Let's recreate the same table, then insert data into it. Show tables again will display our recreated table named timesheet. To insert data into the table, right-click on the table and on the Send to SQL editor, select Insert Statement. This gives you an insert statement syntax for you to edit the values to match our columns with the corresponding data types. Then run the code to insert the record. To add other records into the table, we can simply copy the insert statement and manually edit it for other records. To see how many records were inserted in total, let's run a select statement that allows us to see all records within the timesheet table. Select star from timesheet. We have 5 records successfully inserted. As you have seen, inserting records into a table is time-consuming and takes a lot more typing. That means, to load your records, you initially have to use several insert statements. The best way to insert multiple records into a table is to use a single load data statement, then import the data from an external source. We are going to use the world database to retrieve, sort, and count records from the city table within that schema. Use world and show table commands activates the world database and reveals the tables within it. Describe, in short disk, city, reveals the columns within the city table. This makes it easy to query the table using such columns. When retrieving data from a table, you can sort the data while it is being retrieved. Use the order by command in your select statement. For example, select name, distinct, population from city. Order by or sort by population will give you both the names and cities in the city table arranged by its population from lowest to highest or ascending order. To sort from highest to lowest, or to sort in reverse or descending order, add the describe keyword to the name of the column you want to sort by. As you have noticed, the city with the lowest population in the city table within the world database is Adamstown, with a population of 42 people, and the city with the highest population is Mumbai, with a population of 10.5 million people. You can also sort multiple columns depending on the order in which you want to pull your data. To count rows or records in a table, use the select count statement. In this case, select count star from city shows that there are 4,079 rows or records in the city table. Counting records is important when you are performing simple mathematical or statistical calculations that requires you to use total number of records at a particular time within your data analysis work. While you are within a server or while you are using your database server, it is always a good idea to know the status of your resources. As you can see, the table open cache is at 93% efficiency, while the InnoDB buffer pool is at 12% usage, which is an indication that my instance is running at peak efficiency. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe for similar videos.